Alright, so we're going to take a look at some multi-step equations here that require use of distributive property. We'll probably do 4 example problems here. That should be enough to get the hang of this for you. So let's see here. We're going to start out with the following problem. We're going to say that we have negative 3x plus 6 times the quantity x minus 7, and that's going to be equal to negative 30. Alright, so that's our original problem. And the first thing that I notice is that I have parentheses. So that tells me that I want to use my distributive property. So I'm going to draw my arrows to show that I'm using the distributive property. And I drop down my negative 3x. Then I distribute 6 times 1x. Remember, there's a 1 right there. So that gives me 6x. And I put plus because it's a positive amount that I get. And then I have 6 times negative 7, and since that's a negative 42, I put minus 42. And that's all equal to negative 30. From here, I think of my equation as being split into a left and a right side. And I see that I have like terms right here that I can combine. I have a negative 3x and a positive 6x. So I'm going to combine those together. And that's going to give me 3x. I still have a minus 42, so I'm going to bring that down. My equal sign comes straight down, and so does my minus 30. It's just waiting to see what happens here. Alright, at this point I want to go ahead and I have a two-step equation, so I want to solve it. I start as far away as I can from x, but on the same side as x. So that means that I'm going to start with this minus 42. And I am going to do the opposite, which is to add 42. Now, to be fair, I'm going to have to do that on the other side of my equal sign as well. So my 42's cancel, and I am left with, let's see if I can write with this pen. I don't know why it's giving me fits here. Let me try something else. Whoops. Let's see, let's see here if this will write. There we go, we'll write right over top of it. So I'm left with 3x, and that is equal to negative 30 plus 42, which is 12. Alright, I'm going to write this up here. So 3x is equal to 12, and I have one last step, which is to divide by 3. That becomes 1 over 1, so I have 1x is equal to 4. Okay, so anytime you see parentheses, distribute. After you distribute, a lot of times you have to combine like terms, and after you combine like terms, you should have a two-step equation. So it should be a total of 4 steps to solve the equations that at least that we're working with. Alright, let's look at another problem here. We're going to say that we have 9, and it's going to be equal to negative 8 times the quantity of negative 6 minus 5m plus 1. Whoops. Let me go back here and rewrite this. Alright, so this should be a parenthesis here and plus 1. That's how I wanted my problem. Okay. Alright, so I want to distribute since I have parentheses. And I'm left with 9 in my equal sign. Negative 8 times negative 6 is 48. And negative 8 times negative 5m is positive 40m. And then I have this plus 1 hanging out, so put that right there. Alright, now I want to hunt for like terms. So I split my equation in half. I see that I have a 48 and a 1, so I can combine those together. And that leaves me with 9 being equal to 40m's. 48 and 1 more would give you 49. Alright, from here I have 2 steps and then I'm done. So let's go ahead and do those 2 steps and get an answer to the equation. So I start on the side with the m, and I do the opposite, minus 49. Alright, that gives me negative 40, which is equal to 40m. So we'll go over here and rewrite this all. Then I have one more step, which is divide by 40, and I get negative 1 is equal to 1m, or just m, and I'm going to put my variable on the left because I like it right there. So that's my answer. M equals negative 1. Alright, we're going to do two more problems here. Let's see, we're going to say that we have negative 32 is equal to negative 6 plus 2 times the quantity, negative b minus 5. That's our equation. We'll distribute the 2. So we have negative 32 equals negative 6 minus 2b when I multiply, and minus 10. Pay very close attention to your signs. They're very important there. All right, let's see. Let's underline our like terms. There and there, negative 6 and negative 10. And when I combine my like terms, I have negative 32, which is equal to negative 2b. I have a negative right there, and minus 16 when I combine my like terms. All right, 2 steps and we're done. We're going to add 16 to both sides. Negative 32 plus 16 is negative 16. I have negative 2b, and those cancel. So we have negative 16 is equal to negative 2b. And if we divide by negative 2 on both sides, we get 8 is equal to 1b, and that is our answer. 4 steps and we're done. Distribute, combine like terms, either add or subtract, and multiply or divide. All these problems you're going to have to divide. Alright, one more problem here. Let's see. We will say that we have 54, and it's going to be equal to negative 2 minus 4 times the quantity m minus 8. Alright, I see parentheses, so I distribute. The left side didn't change. Equal sign is an equal sign, negative 2. Alright, distributing, remember there's a 1 in front of that m, so that is negative 4 times 1, which is negative 4. Slap an m with it because of the m. A negative times a negative is a positive, and that is 32. I see that I have some like terms. They're both integers, so I split my equation in half, and I get 54 is equal to negative 4m. Negative 2 plus 32 is going to give me a positive 30, so I write plus 30. And then in 2 steps, I am done. So I'm going to work over here on the side with the m. Over on this side, I'm going to do the opposite of plus 30, which is minus 30. I have to be fair and do that to both sides. So I end up with 24 is equal to negative 4m. 30 take away 30 is gone. I'll rewrite what I have over here. And the opposite of multiplying with this m is dividing. I keep my sign. 24 divided by negative 4 is negative 6. The negative 4's cross out. That's why I divided by negative 4, because a negative over on this side gives me a positive 1m. And I always want a positive answer, or a positive variable. So m is equal to negative 6. I've said it twice already. I'll say it one more time. If you see the distributive property, that means for the problems that we're doing at least, you have 4 steps. You distribute, you combine like terms, then you have a 2-step equation. So you either have to add or subtract, and then you're going to have to divide. That is 4 total steps. Okay, we are done.